What's up, everyone? Hope everyone is doing amazing today. Today, we're going to speak about why you never want to let your creative dies. But please, before we start, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and to subscribe because we make 3 videos every single day, and it's very important for us that we see support from you guys. Um, you guys know, like, it takes a lot of efforts to make 3 videos per day. We have a lot of things to do, different businesses to run, and we still take time, to make those type of videos because we like it, but because also we see the support. So take just 5 seconds to click the like and comment something and subscribe, and it will mean the world to us. Thank you, and let's start to dive in right away. So why you never want to let your creative die. If you let your creative die, you will lose something that is very important in the world of dropshipping. And what is it? What you're going to lose? And what is it is that you're going to lose the momentum. Momentum is a real thing when it comes down to dropshipping. And I'm going to explain you right now what does happen when you lose that momentum, because momentum is kind of a something that you don't know, like you cannot see it. So you maybe think doesn't exist. Does it exist? You don't know, but it does exist. And what happens when you lose that momentum? So losing the momentum could hurt your optimization. Why? Because if you let your creative die, what's going to happen is that you basically need to shut off the campaign, start retesting new creative, and in the meantime, you're losing the optimization on the previous campaigns. So you don't want to do those things. You don't want to hurt your optimization. So you will hurt it if you let your creative die. Afterwards, you can also increase your competition because by the time that, let's say, you stop and you're retesting new things, new competitors could come in with their best creative and take advantage of that to take a place inside of your product. But if you would have always tested new creative and never let your creative die, then you're always scaling. So it makes it very hard for your competitors to go and take your place, or at least a piece of your place, and you delay your profitable days. Let's say it's the weekend, your creative have died, you let it run for a month and you haven't changed it, and you're on the weekend and you could, instead of scaling, you're basically budgeting to make sure that you're profiting a little bit, but you're not profiting too much. And instead of on the bad days to test good creative and on the good days take those massive profit, then you're trying to survive on the good days. And what's going to happen is that you're basically on the bad days losing a little bit of money in the best scenario. So make sure that you always test new creative, so you're always into the scaling aggressively phase. Because let's be honest, and let me explain you something that it is very crucial. The higher you scale, so the higher you scale, the harder you scale, the faster you need to change your creative. If you have a creative that, makes you $500 per day and you keep it at $500 per day, maybe it will take a few months before it dies out. Maybe. But if you scale a product at 10K per day, the creative needs to be changed quite often. So that's something that you need to take in mind. And what do you need to understand is that not every creative will work. So what I mean by this is, a lot of people think like, oh, I find one creative, like I'll wait until it dies, I find another creative, and that's it. No, it doesn't work that way. You have one creative that works. You will test 5 other creatives, 5 other ones, and they will not work. 5 other ones, and they will not work. 2 other ones, oh, that one worked. And now you have an extra one. So you will always need a newer creative because you don't know which one will work. And maybe it will take you a few days of testing before finding that new creative that will work, because you don't actually know. No, you always go from testing different products to find the one that works the best, because you don't know which one works the best before you test it. And afterwards, what you want to do is you want to test the creative on that winner that you found out that this product works the best, you want to test different creatives. That's what you want to do. And by testing different creative, then what's going to happen is that you're going to find ones that perform more than other, and you'll be to aggressively scale with those new creative possibly. So that's what you need to keep testing them. Like I just explained, you want to keep testing newer creative, but also what I tell to people is that you want to have between 2 to 3 creative. So if one dies out, you can still carry profitably until you find a new one. So let's say you have 3 winning creative. They're highly profitable. You tested 7 creative. Out of those 7, 3 are highly profitable. You keep those ones for a few weeks, and now you're starting to test new creatives. If one of those 3 dies out, you still have 2 other ones that will carry your campaign. So in the meantime of you finding a newer creative, maybe 1 or 2 newer creatives, you will still have 2 ones that will carry. But let's say if you have one, then if that creative dies because of exhaustion and people are just tired of seeing that creative, like what's going to happen is that you will need to turn off the campaign. You will need to turn off those interests. You will need to turn off everything that you did, and you will lose again what we have called that momentum. So we don't want to lose that momentum. We don't want to lose that. So in terms of creative, you never want to let them die because you will lose the momentum, and you want to make sure that you always have creative and rotation, and you always have 2, 3 new ones. So now let's jump in the next text. Obviously, you don't need to be crazy about it. A creative could take weeks or even months in some cases before dying, but don't wait until that time to start testing other ones. Like I said, take what I say with kind of a grain of salt. Keep in mind that a creative will last quite a few weeks or months. Also, it depends on how aggressive you scale, but you still have at least a few days, a few weeks before a creative start declining. Don't go crazy. I know a lot of people will watch this video and be like, "Oh, I need to test a different creative," and they will start aggressively testing new creative. No, just keep in mind, okay, Gilberto told me I need to test different creative. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow a small budget to test different creative, and eventually find one creative that could replace the other one or just add to the one that I already have. If it's in 2 or 3 days or in a few weeks, well, at least I'm starting early before my creative die. So don't take this as an extreme thing that you need to do right now, but take this as I should do it before my creative die. If I'm not doing it before my creative die, it's either because I don't know or you're lazy. And in both ways, it will hurt you. So make sure that you don't do that. And always prepare yourself in advance to keep the momentum going. And that's what I'm saying. Everything is about that momentum. That momentum thing, you don't want to lose it. And by always having newer creative, then you're always ahead of the momentum. So you'll make sure your competition never can take your piece of the cake. You will make sure that you're always optimizing and having the best optimization, and you're taking advantage of those highly profitable days. Because one thing that you need to understand when it comes down to dropshipping, it doesn't matter. A lot of people that are like, they think you need to be profitable every day with each one of your store in order to make a lot of money. You don't. It's about taking, well, if you are on certain products, then I'm happy for you. And it also does happen on certain products that you could be profitable until they die. But it doesn't need to be that way. Why? Because if it's not that way, then you need to take advantage of those highly profitable days. So let's say maybe on a Monday, you'll make $200-300 in terms of profit with one product. It's kind of there, but you know that on Saturdays, you can make 2,500 in profit. So what you want to do is you want to keep testing creative. So On the lower days, you still get a healthy profit margin. And on those days like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you make as much money as possible. So if one day you have a very terrible Monday, then what's going to happen? Well, at least the Saturday will cover the little expenses or the breaking even that I got on that Monday. So that's why I tell guys, that's why I say like there's more than just the product when it comes down to dropshipping. Obviously, I don't want to make those videos to overwhelm you because I want you to learn one thing at a time, but you always want to go step by step, and afterwards is what you want to do is optimize every single thing. And that's what I'm talking right now is you go find a product, you test the product, and you optimize it, you optimize the creative, you do all of those things. But always start with the basic. Test products, well, search for product, test them. When you find a winner, then you make sure that your creative doesn't die so you don't lose the momentum and you keep having a healthy profit margin. So yeah, guys, this is the video of today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. We make 3 videos every single day, and we're happy to do so, but please, we deserve a little support. So wish you all an amazing rest of your day. Take care and peace out, guys. Love y'all. See you next time.